I can't resist continuing down the food rabbit hole. I've got two questions for you on that. First, you're making me feel guilty. So my son is 9, and he just got his expanders placed, right? So we're getting ready for braces and doing all that stuff. And he wasn't a good eater before that, but now we have to restrict all the types of food that he can eat. And he doesn't eat as much, right? Because he eats slower and all these things. And today he hates scrambled eggs, but it's a staple in our household. And we always make scrambled eggs, and he always doesn't want to eat them. But my wife was taking all 3 kids to the zoo today, and I knew he wouldn't be eating much, and I want him to get that protein. And I sat there and I forced him to have the last 2 small bites of it, and it was such a miserable experience for him. It was miserable for me. So what you're saying, and feel free to shame me, Marla, is don't do that. Don't force your kids to eat because they have that choice.
Don't force them to eat, but you're like it's so fine tuned, and it depends on each child, right? And so, but it was not a good experience for either one of you. So that's a really good sign. And there's not the forcing, but there's also, like, I am concerned about you. Like, I want to make sure that you get this. We need to make sure that we eat enough, and we need to make sure that we get our protein and we take care of ourselves. But when that is very much connected to what we look like, Ryan, that's a whole other journey,
Yeah.
right? And so it is important that we don't fixate on foods, but it's also important we do have to eat. So there is a fine tuning for you in there. Like, okay, buddy, like, you don't want to eat this. And so what are you going to do? Are you
Fair.
going to be okay? And he gets to have that experience of being hungry and in the back of his head saying, yeah, my dad was right. I probably needed to eat that. And that's going to go a lot further.
Okay. Fair. Thank you. No, it's always a challenge. The second question on food, and then we can move on to some other stuff if you're okay with it. About this time last year, I read a book by Casey Means. It's called Good Energy. I'm not sure if you've read that before.
I
She's
have
the new
not.
Surgeon General, and fascinating book. Would highly recommend. Hard read, better on Audible. But basically, what she talked about is how sugar is the fundamental bane of the existence of our society today. High fructose corn syrup, all of the things that go into it. So I was scared enough after reading that book, Marla, to basically do my best to cut out 80% of sugar in my diet. The result of that 8 months worth of not having the cookie, not having the ice cream, I was in great shape, has been profound. My fitness level, my physique, and everything that goes along with it by simply doing that one thing has been profound. So, I mean, I know you're not a dietitian. What can you say, though, when you're talking about things like sugar? And for dads who are like, I just want to look a little bit better at the pool, what can we do without dieting to, kind of improve on that side of the house?
Eat real food. Eat whole foods. I think it's pretty simple. It's like we're given all this food these days. It's so processed, and most processed stuff has things in it that hook us to eat more of it. And so the simpler we can make it, the more whole foods that we can go for. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, what do we tell our children? We're telling our children, don't eat that other cookie. You don't need to eat cookies this late at night. Like, we need to take that advice, not from the place of punishing ourselves, but actually giving ourselves freedom and all the benefits that you're receiving. Like, you just shared perfectly what these men are going to receive. You're going to receive the body that you want. You're going to receive, I mean, sugar is sugar. I mean, it's so darn good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love sugar. And it has to be taken as it is a drug. And it does things to our gut and to our brain. And so have the cookie, but maybe not 5. Like, I notice as I've gotten off sugar over the years, it has been the things that I ate on a regular basis. It wasn't like I couldn't eat them. They just became more treats. And that was helpful for me. It's like, no, you can have it. You're just going to have it every single day as your staple, as you were saying. Like, what are your staples? What are you going to that are staples? And it does take a little bit of weaning. It does take there will be the craving. And I think they say pretty accurate on this one, that when we're craving sugar, we give ourselves protein, and that will ground us. So when you're
You did
having that feeling of